dissect this song with me. So this is the latest single, Look What You've Done. If you haven't heard it yet, it sounds like this.
Staying in it, I'm making my head is gone. Now you're feeling.
What I'm going to be doing today is just talking about how the song was written, how it was structured, how it was produced. So let's get straight into it with the intro. So I'll play a bit of the intro for you here. Straight away I want to get into those distorted guitars. So usually in a song, if I'm using distorted guitars, I'll probably use three of the same part played over the top of each other. But with this song, I wanted this to sound really big, so I've gone with 5. But you know, most bands use even more than that in the studio, so it's like the sky's the limit. You don't need to put a cap on how many guitars you're using. But yeah, let's get straight into it with this first one. This one's straight down the middle. And then you've got one panned a little bit over to the left. You've got another one panned a little bit over to the right. And then you've got these ones that are a bit more far in the distance and they're a bit further panned over to each side. So then all together, this is what you get. So then we've got this kind of lead riff over the top of the intro, and it kind of like ties the song together. Some of this is guitar, some of it is just other instrumentation. So I'll let you hear the guitar parts first. So as you can hear, you've got one again straight down the middle. You've got another one over to the left. You've got another one over to the right. And then you've got this kind of like MIDI instrumentation thing going over the top. This is just kind of like synth lead. And when you put them all together, you've got this. If I put that with the distorted guitars that we were listening to earlier, you can really start to hear the intro taking shape. Then again, because I wanted this song to sound like really big, I've got kind of this, I suppose it's like dance music elements that are going on in the background. Like straight off the bat, you probably can't hear them in the forefront, but they are there and they're kind of like sitting in the background. Yeah, again, if we just break that down, we've got the original melody line going on here. My Mac is so slow. So yeah, let's add some of the other elements in there as well as we're going. So you got that one with a little bit of distortion going on there as well. Well, I just want to listen to them on their own. Actually, I think there's some kind of like pads going on. Quite like that. It sounds kind of like some kind of choir thing going on, but that's kind of like this dance music element that I kind of put in the background. And like I say, it's quite subtle, but it is there, and once you know it's there, you can hear it. Then we've got the bass line. Again, I'm using 3 basses here. It's MIDI. When you're a soul producer like me and you're not very good on the bass guitar, then you usually tend to go for the MIDI option. So yeah, basically, if you don't know what MIDI is, it means that you're just like programming the notes in rather than playing them live on a guitar or a bass. So yeah, you can hear what I've got here for the bass line. Again, on its own, you've got this kind of like heavy bass, and then you add the other 2 in. Just fills it out a little bit more. So I could do a whole video on the drums because there's so much I've got going on the drums. Like, again, if you're a soul producer on your own, you haven't got a big studio to record an amazing drummer in, then yeah, you have to stick to what you've got on the computer. Maybe I'll do another video on the drums a whole other time because there's so much going on with the drums, but there you go. So yeah, all together the intro sounds like this. Right, So the next bit is where the vocals come in. Again, it's pretty simple. It's just like a vocal line with some guitars playing over the top. Again, tried to make it sound like one guitar, but there's actually 4 going on. So you can hear this next little bit now for the first verse.
Take a look what you've done. You've broken all my bones, one by one with your gun.
We can listen to the guitars now. So obviously it's just like this kind of chugging, dampened guitar thing going on. And that's pretty much all it is. But then you've got these other elements coming in. So I'll bring them in one by one. And those other 3 are just kind of filling it out a bit. I think the main one is that first one, Then the vocal here, it's actually double tracked, but it's quite hard to hear because the second one is quite far back. So double tracking, for those who don't know, it's just when you do 2 versions of the same vocal put over the top of each other, and it just kind of fills it out a bit. But in this instance, because it's like the beginning, it's quite a quiet section of the song. I've got the main vocal going on. I've got another one like really, really far back. So I'll show you how that sounds now. So this is just the main vocal on its own.
Take a look what you've done. You've broken all my bones.
Now the second one this is how quiet it is, but
take a look what you've done.
So it's not that quiet, but there you go. Once you put them together, it just kind of fills it out a little bit, just makes it sound a little bit more prominent.
Take a look what you've done. You've broken all my bones.
So then we get to the chorus.
Staying in and I'm making my head is gone. Now you're feeling amazing.
Yeah, with the chorus on this, again, I just wanted it to sound really big. So like I say, normally I'd do double tracking, which is what I've just explained. But in this chorus, the odd occasion, I will triple track. And that's a lot harder because it's quite hard to get 2 different takes kind of like lined up and sounding pretty much the same. So when you add in a third one into the mix, it does make it that bit harder. So I'll show you what the double track sounds like now for the vocals for the chorus.
Staying in and I'm making my head is gone.
And then if we add the third one in, you can hear that it's a lot bigger. It's a lot more prominent.
Staying in and I'm making my head is gone.
And then obviously we've got these harmonies going on in the background as well.
Staying in and I'm making my head is gone.
And then there's these weird backing vocals going on at this point as well. So with this backing vocal, I can already hear, I haven't checked it out, but I can already hear I've got some weird effects on it. And usually I do this kind of thing just to make it sound like it's not me who's doing the backing vocals. I always used to love that when I hear songs and you could tell that the backing vocalists weren't the main singer. So yeah, I try to do that wherever I can. So yeah, there's probably some weird effects going on this backing vocal. So I'll let you listen.
My head is gone. Now you're feeling amazing enough.
So yeah, it's this now you're feeling bit.
Now you're feeling.
So straight away I can hear some chorus in there. So I love chorus. It just gives this kind of like shimmery effect. You'll hear it now.
Now you're feeling.
It's kind of like very quickly bending the vocal.
Now you're feeling.
Yeah, so we got some like lower octave backing vocals going on there. So you can hear on these bottom 2.
Now you're feeling.
So on its own it sounds weird. But when it's all together, it just kind of gives it that effect that it's a different vocalist or something.
Now you're feeling amazing and I'm tasting my thirst. Just look what you've done.
Yeah, this is the part of the song where kind of everything breaks down. It just kind of goes into this acoustic section. There's something I love about Logic, the way that it kind of makes acoustic guitars sound. It's just like so clean and nice, and you don't really have to do much to it either. So like you can hear it on here. And we've got this like plucked guitar going on over the top of it, I think. And I just kind of repeat the same note over and over again. There's some of the vocals in it.
You're haunting me, and it's making me weak at the knees. And my head like headlights, dimming I know I'm turning right, and I wanna go slow, but you're pulling me wrong, and it's difficult to see. And now my headlights, dimming I know I'm in the fast lane, but I wanna go slow. Now you're pulling me wrong, and we're going there with speed.
And I remember when it all kicks in into this last chorus. Now there was just so many vocal takes I had to do with this, because again, like, I wanted it all triple tracked. You'll hear now how much was going on in that last chorus, but again, triple tracking the vocals just makes you do it over and over again. But it worked out in the end.
The lights are red, I'm not waiting. My head is gone. Now I'm speeding, I'm caving in and I'm wrecking my head.
So again, there's something at the end here that like comes in for this last outro. There's so much going on. So what I started doing a few years back was making music for my good mate Dave. He makes video games, so I started making music for his video games, and it like opened my mind up to all this different creative process about how I approach songwriting in my own stuff. So yeah, there's a bit of video game element going on at the end here. So thanks to Dave for that. There you go. These bits here, yeah. So yeah, what happens at the end of that is that that all starts kind of fading out, and what fades in is this like acoustic outro section. This goes all the way back to the original demo of this song that was recorded many, many years ago, and I've actually got it here. So this was recorded on an old PA system, and I'd made the music on a PlayStation 1. I'm proper show me age there. It was on a game called Music 2000. I made the whole song on that. I knew it would be bad. I didn't think it would be that bad, the quality, but there you go. So at the end of that original demo, I had this kind of acoustic outro that you'll hear now. I kind of wanted to do the same thing. I wanted to kind of be true to the original demo that I did. This is that acoustic outro, and you know, normally I would go and like show you it one by one, but it actually all fades in one by one, so you'll actually hear it. And those thunder emojis that you see there, that's a real storm that I recorded in my back garden in the lockdown. So yeah, it kind of adds to this like eeriness of the outro. So here you go. So there you go. Yeah, that's look what you've done. And if you enjoyed this series, I'm going to be trying to do more of this. I'm probably going to do it for the rest of the album. So yeah, if you want to subscribe to me on YouTube, you're going to get more of this content. You know, follow me on all the social medias. I'm going to be doing more of these over the coming months. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it.